You are listening to KUCB Radio. We have another broadcast right here with you live. Let us give you a little bit of background information about KUCB Radio and just a little bit of history. We won't take too long. This is going to be real short, but we want to make it short and also add some substance to it. KUCB Radio, we were founded back in 1981, 1982. Low-powered community educational radio station here in Des Moines, Iowa, non-commercial. We were on the air for about 20 years. We actually stayed on the air 24 hours. We had a staff of about 60, maybe 65 people, and we had a extensive training program for the young people that we had. Young people got a chance to train in broadcasting, making up public service announcements, doing the weather, doing sports. After they completed the training program, they were able to have a on-the-air personality, their own radio show. That was one of the rewards. The founders of radio station KUCB, Miss Joanne Cheatham, Brother Charles Knox, and I had the honor and pleasure of doing a talk show with Sister Hadisha Marion. We did a show on Saturday called the International Found Call Hour. And we also hosted a show Monday through Thursday called the African Liberation Hour. So we wanted to bring you this kind of a short segment, but really important about what's going on. We have been continuing to do a series of broadcasts, videos, all kind of shows on missing black women and black girls still as we speak. And the numbers are increasing, not decreasing. And for some reason, nobody is saying about this. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody is saying anything about it at all. And so we thought we would continue to do these broadcasts and urge you and encourage you. You know, this is a serious issue and it's a serious concern. Every city, every major city, they should be holding town hall meetings in regards to missing black women, black girls. These elected officials, whoever they are when they come around, this should be the main topic about the missing black girls and black women in our community. And somehow we're talking about everything else, but we fail to mention anything about black girls and black women missing. So I don't know what the problem is that we can't talk about this. I think about the black churches and black leadership. Have they been co-opted? Have they been given money to be quiet, not say anything, or not make any noise? Because, you know, when you get money from the government, you can't say anything or you can't do anything. And it's the same thing with black leadership. Nobody's talking, saying, doing anything about missing black women and black girls. And look, do you know, since May, since the early part of April, we had one sister who was murdered in Columbus, Ohio, Amber Evans, a community activist. They found her body in the Columbus River. Nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody's talking about it, y'all. The first Muslim judge, black Muslim judge in New York, her body came up in the Hudson River, murdered. Somebody murdered her. First African-American Muslim judge in New York City. Her body came up in the Hudson River. She was murdered. A doctor by the name of Dr. Forbes, Sandra Forbes, her body was discovered in a house. She had been stabbed to death. She was on a discovery of finding some solutions to eye problems, some natural resources and natural herbs that she was on the verge of discovering. She was found murdered in her home. I'm saying all of these situations and nobody's saying nothing. So it makes me wonder, the so-called black leadership, have they sold out or have they been bought off by the government? The black churches, nobody's saying nothing. And you know, like I said, when you get money from the government, you can't say nothing, you can't do anything because you have to be quiet. The money is to shut you up. KUCB Radio, our motto is truth is a wealth of freedom. We communicate, educate, and organize. And so we raise this question. I'll say it again. Every major city where black women and black girls have been missing, they ought to be holding a town hall meeting. When these elected officials come to speak to you, want your vote, this is what you should be talking about. This is what you should be pushing. The missing black women and black girls across the country. See? And let me tell you the added part on to this. So many of these black women and black girls, when they discover their bodies, when they get the bodies back, the organs, body parts have been missing from these black women and black girls. Yes, organs, body parts. You know, organs and body parts nowadays is big business on the black market. Between that and sex trafficking. And I'll say it again. In a town north of St. Louis, Berkeley, Missouri, they've had since 2000, they've had at least 30 some girls go missing. Out of the 30, a dozen of them, 12 of them have been black girls missing, just like they never existed. And I'm saying to you, whatever we do talk about, whatever we should be talking about, this should be at the top of the list. Black women, black girls who are still missing and some found murdered. And as the families and the people get the bodies back, they are now discovering that the organs are missing, body parts are missing from some of these black women and black girls. KUCB Radio, our motto is truth is the wealth of freedom, and we communicate to educate and organize.